Hi everyone, we're going to use some new tools today. I'm going to start by opening a new file, and I'm going to create my new component. I'm not going to worry too much about the name. We're going to hit OK. So now we have our first component for our shape. In this one, we're going to learn how to make new planes and some new shapes. And then we'll try a loft and see how it goes. So first, I'm going to start a sketch. I'm going to choose this top plane so that we can create something that's standing up. I'm going to start with a 2-point rectangle. We're going to start it at the origin, and we're going to type in, we're going to have 50 millimeters on one side and 50 on the other. Remember, we can, once we click and let go of the mouse for a rectangle, we can start typing in our first box. Then we have to hit tab to be able to type in our second. And then we can hit enter or click to finish. And now this is it for our first sketch. So we're going to hit finish sketch. And now we need to make new planes. So we're going to come up to this construction panel in our toolbar, in our ribbon. We're going to hit construct. And the first one is actually the one we want. So it's offset plane. So it's going to make a plane that's offset from a surface. So just kind of the same, it's parallel, but it's just going to be a little further away. So we're going to click on that. We want to make it parallel to the original plane that we just used. So we can either choose the box of what we just drew, that sketch, or the little plane here. If it doesn't let you click it, you could turn things in orbit, but we can use our sketch. So we're going to click there, and then we can start to drag if you want, or you could type. We're going to go with 50 millimeters. I'm just going to type it in as well to show you that you can, and hit enter. So now if you see, we see that like yellowish orange color, all right, just like we saw for our default planes. And now we want to make a new sketch, but we're going to make it on that plane. So we're going to make a sketch. We're going to choose our new plane up here. You see it kind of highlights just like the other ones did. We click it up there, and now it's centered, all right, on our the original sketch since we had chosen it. So now what we want to do is we're going to make a circle this time. Make a circle. We'll start it at our origin here. This one's going to be 25 millimeters. All right, if yours, let's see, if yours didn't wind up in the center, right? If your origin wasn't in the middle, try and center where it is, and you can use the dimension tool up here to click between the middle of the circle and the edge. To be able to measure out 25 on each side if you needed to. Otherwise, we're going to finish our sketch. All right, and then we're going to make one more construction plane. Come up to construct. We choose our offset plane. All right, this time we want to use our circle, so it's a little further away from our circle here. All right, and this is going to be another 50 millimeters. Okay, again, 50, you can either drag it or type it. I'm going to hit enter. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to create a sketch. We're going to choose our new plane. And this time we're going to use a new shape that we haven't used. It's going to be the Polygon tool. So if we go to create, we come down in here, there's the Polygon tab. There's a couple different types of polygon based on where the circle is that you're going to measure. We're just going to use circumscribed for this one for today. All right, if you notice, it's measuring out the radius of the circle that is inside the polygon, is this type. So we're going to make it 20 millimeters, and that's the last shape. So we're going to finish our sketch. All right, we have our 3 shapes, and now we're going to try out our Loft tool. Okay, so we're going to come over to our Create panel. We're going to open our panel, and we're going to choose Loft. So it looks like a little square going up to a circle. We have that part, and we also added our new extra shape. So once we open Loft, we get our panel on the side. All right, we're going to choose, it says for profiles, we need to choose each profile, so each shape that we want it to transition through. All right, so we're going to click all 3 of our shapes. All right, there are a couple other properties that we can change, but in this case we don't really need to worry. For the sake of practice, this would be the majority of our steps. All right, if you notice, when we rotate and we orbit, all right, we have some seams that kind of come through all the way to the bottom because of the shape that we chose at the top here. All right, if you wanted to switch the number of sides, you could always do that. All right, the last thing I want to show, all right, is actually changing some of the stuff we've done. So we haven't really edited much yet, but if you come down here, there's a little timeline, right? So like you can press play, you can start, it'll show you from the beginning the steps that you've taken and the creation steps you've taken. You can also come down here and edit these steps. So let's say I wanted to make this circle a little larger. I can double click on that. It'll come back to my sketch and I could change this and finish it. And if you notice, it's already changed the object. Right? If double clicking doesn't work, you could also right click and hit edit. That will work as well. All right, this is our finished product. Make sure to save your work, and that's it.